Number 2 never count. Used to have bubble guts competition, now point them out. Making my babies proud, wanna call my mama a house. Coming straight out the south, gotta know juice to end the drought.
We're in the Valley of the Sun. Few places in the country as picturesque as the desert Southwest. And we've got a good one on tap here at State Farm Stadium in Glendale. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. You name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Washington football team and the Arizona Cardinals. The first game's out of the way, time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Washington.
Maybe the threat of Russell Wilson running the football there and him handing it off opened a little bit of a lane.
It does, and what also helps, his unselfishness. Because he's not a quarterback who's going to take it every time and pull it from the running back and keep it. He will hand it inside when the reads are correct.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Sean Evans on the tackle.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
From the 39, Wilson going up top for Miller. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. This time for Miller. And that will be incomplete.
And there shouldn't be any surprise at all when we watch him flash his arm. Easy motion, easy action, and that ball flies downfield.
On 4th down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. Back deep is DeAnthony Thomas. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Here's Thomas. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10.
At their own 24-yard line.
Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. He's brought down there by Kenny Moore.
2 yards on the pickup.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45.
Jones, the ball carrier.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
He'll be taken down the ball before he works it past the 50. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
That's a very nice game there. Confidence-building run. Love the execution up front, and the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
In Washington territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 46. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Justice Hill, the ball carrier.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old-school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8. Now they'll toss to Jones running left. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down.
When coaches stress their defense being physical, they don't just mean the big guys. How about the guys on the outside, the cornerbacks? It's not just their job to patrol the airspace. They can get involved in the run game as well.
Throwing here on third down, Darnold. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I'm looking at this with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
And here we go on fourth. Darnold. He rifles one that's intercepted. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
And it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Now, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week, he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. And he's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
They run it with Jacobs. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Yards on the play. And it's 3rd down.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. The big money man, Chris Jones, getting in there to bring him to the ground.
We're talking about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. So a bit of a weird kick there. That wasn't an overly long attempt, but that never had a chance.
You almost wonder if he might have maybe got that one on the laces because it kind of knuckled on him a bit. And this one winds up in empty possession.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
It's a loss of a yard.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. Got his connection, complete to Ruggs. And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Cardinals. Henry Ruggs with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Cardinals have taken the early lead. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And the Cardinals will go up 7-0.
Makes the score Cardinals 7, Washington 0. Justin Tucker set to kick off.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Washington takes over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they were in field goal range last time out, but couldn't connect.
It's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Going up top for Miller. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job. Finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at a 45. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
On 1st down, Darnold. It's right to Wills, makes intercepted. Picked off on the first round pick to Darius Randall. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
Andy, do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
2-yard line.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Wilson. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it 3rd down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. He's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put in.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
No gain on the play. It's now 4th down.
Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. Washington goes for it, but it does not pan out. And the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. Now, even though they didn't get it, probably the right call. Too long for a field goal and just not a whole lot to gain from a punt there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have really netted very much yardage if you punt the ball, right? And the thing about a field goal, and you know this from so much experience, the longer the field goal, the lower it comes out off the kick, right? Which means it's got a better chance of being blocked. So you're taking a chance either way. I like the fact they went for it.
Yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 41-yard line.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. A shotgun snap for Darnold. Trying to lay one up deep. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, when you've got a tight end who can run, you've got to give him a shot to unlock the defense. Want to see what they can get, taking the big shot downfield. That one winds up incomplete.
They're going to go. It's Darnold. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. First down on a pickup of 11.
The 47-yard line.
Now a first down carry by Jones. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. It's a first down on a gain of 10. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his 2nd week of the regular season. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. That one complete to him. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion. I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. To the air again, Darnold. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Chris Manhertz, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Cardinals push further out in front.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half, and that'll give us momentum going into the 2nd half. Give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
Their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Third and 2. Now Wilson slings this deep from McLaurin. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it. And these guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Wilson's pass intercepted.
So good field position for the Cardinals as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. After the interception, here's Darnold. Darnold going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off at the 35.
Intercepted by Washington. They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. So we come upon halftime with our score 14-0. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Cards with the lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. Fielded in the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
25-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Jones running on 1st down, but finding it pretty tough going as he'll get forward for only about 3 there before he's taken down.
A 3-yard.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
1st down and much more here for Jones. And finally down at the 36-yard line.
And this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. Now Jones. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Deron Payne on the
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain. So you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football, because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of downs.
And a slant hauled in by Ruggs. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 9-yard line, 22-yard line. They'll run on 1st down. It's Jones. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. 22 yards. And the Cardinals now adding on to their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, you mentioned that slowly but surely, you also drain clock too with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0.
Justin Tucker set to kick off.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Washington takes over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Chris Jones picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the shotgun, Wilson. The catch made by Miller. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first.
A gain of 8.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
First down.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 24. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. There have been no struggles here for this crew. I mean, they were up double digits at halftime, and they've just expanded that here in the second half.
And it appears there are no answers from the defensive side. I think right now, if I'm the coordinator, if I'm down on the field, if I'm wearing a hat, I've already thrown it. If it's a visor, it's sailed, right? My game plan is down by my feet right now because nothing I've drawn up appears to be working.
Well, he's going to have to find something right now to stop this offense. From the 27, Darnold. And it's incomplete. Rookie Jalen Reagor, the intended target that time. And now it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd.
You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion. That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? Got an open man, it's Ruggs. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield, marking down at the 49. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process. Off of play action, Darnold. That'll be caught. Reagor with it. Touchdown, Cardinals! Jalen Reagor, his 2nd touchdown on the season, and the Cardinals will extend their lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him.
Will take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Eluding the pressure right. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off on the 41. And he's able to get it back. to the 33-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. He's throw caught at about the 5. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Give him 30 yards there. Now here's Hill. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
Just shy of the goal line. A pickup of 2. Brings up 2nd and goal.
On 2nd and goal, Darnold. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Chris Manhertz. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Cardinals turning that interception into a touchdown. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Back now here on EA Sports, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. Taken about 7 yards deep, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
Jacobs, the ball.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Washington on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Hard throw, incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
4th down.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Escaping the pressure right. And he finds McLaurin. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now, no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Carlos Dunlap, the Florida Gator, chopping his way to the quarterback.
It's 2nd down.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. From the gun, it's Wilson. And now here is another interception. Picked off right around the 43. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the kick.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. It's a wobbler, and it's intercepted. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Justin Tucker set to kick off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
To James Washington.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
To Terry.
9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Flush to his right. We'll find Gibson here, complete. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. That catch good for only a couple. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson will set up the screen for Gibson. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. Washington on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he's got Miller. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. I think everyone in the stadium saw that big hit coming.
And I, as a former defensive back, have to admit I'm a little disappointed. He actually was able to hold on to the ball. He brought the lumber on that play. Give my man a whole lot of credit for taking the hit and possessing the football.
And picking up the first down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again. Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. 3rd and long. It's Wilson. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 33. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd.
And Darnold wants to throw the football.
4-yard line.
This ball complete to Rager. They get it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Again, it's Jones.
The 43-yard line.
They'll get 4 on 2nd down, but it leaves them with 3rd and still 9 to go. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down.
3rd and 9.
A play fake, and it's Darnold. They'll roll him out right. And that one drops to the ground, incomplete. Clock stops here just inside of 20 seconds, 19 left. There defensively to break that one up, Ken Crawley. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. Open man, it's Rager. He's got it. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
10 at the 28-yard line.